Hello. Good evening. How was your weekend? How is everyone doing? Hello. I'm good. We're dealing with a few grass fires here, so it's been interesting to say the least. Just waiting for everyone to join us. Hello. Just waiting for more people to join us. Till then, get yourself some water, get yourself a drink, some coffee. Listen to some great music. Waiting for some more people to join us. Let me know how your day went. For those that are just joining, let me know if you can hear me. So I said my weekend was great, and we're dealing with a lot of grass fires here because it's been so dry. We haven't had any rain in a long time. So grass fires are just hopping everywhere. Some people lost their homes, so just dealing with that right now. Hello, Mr. King. How are you? Make sure you share the live. It's going to be a good one tonight, like always. I'm good. It's been a long weekend, but I'm dealing with it. It is Monday, so the week will get better for sure. How about you? So hopefully everyone is doing well. Welcome to season 7 of All Things Pen. Like I said before, I'm grateful for every interview that I've done. I've learned so much. I hope you guys have as well. For those that are new, I'm going to say it like always. I am your host, Danielle George. Our official sponsor, sorry, just drew a blank, it's been a bit, is Pantastics 868. I don't know if you guys can see that. They have everything from tenor sticks all the way to bass sticks. If you live in North America, I will try my best to get the sticks to you. If you live anywhere else, just message Pantastics 868. They're tagged in the bottom of your screen. Just make sure you hit them up and we'll try our best to get the sticks to you. So for those that are new, we talk to panists, arrangers, tuners, builders, pan enthusiasts about, you guessed it, all things pan. On that note, I would like to, actually from his newly debut album, Lloydie Son, we were listening to Mass Palata, and it's amazing. I've been listening to it nonstop. It's an amazing album. I suggest you guys check it out. But before we get into the album, how are you, sir?
I'm good, Daniel. How are you?
I'm good. Did you have a great weekend?
Yeah, I did. Very good weekend. Yeah.
Was it busy?
Not too much, not too much. I'm gonna try to get some sleep in because I was working some long hours during the week. But yeah, so I caught up on some rest. So
That's good.
yeah,
That's good. I think everyone was doing that this weekend because I was doing the same thing.
yeah,
It's just been one of those weeks where it just takes a toll on you. I don't know what it is.
yeah, yeah. You need that time for the body to recuperate. So
Yes, definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
So
Yeah,
before we get
yeah,
into your album,
yeah.
because we need to talk about that first. But
Sure.
before we get there, we need to know who you are.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
me know, like, tell people, because if people don't know who you are, they're living under a rock. So they're
yeah.
going to get to know you now.
All right.
So
Let's get into it.
yeah, let's get into
Yeah.
it.
So
Let us tell us a bit about yourself.
yeah. So you know, my name is Sheldon Webster. Artist name Systamatic with two A's, no E's. Um, Born in Trinidad and Tobago, Twin Island state of Trinidad and Tobago. And grew up in Trinidad. Both of my parents are from Tobago. So I'm familiar with both the islands. So anytime I had to go visit my grandparents and stuff like that, I had to hop on the boat, go over to Tobago and spend time with my grandparents, which was fun. I got to go on the farm and ride donkeys and all that cool
So
stuff.
you did
So and
everything.
then yeah, did a little bit of everything. Yeah, and then we'd hop on the boat, come back to Trinidad. But
Hmm.
yeah, born and raised in Port of Spain. Grew up in Port of Spain, city kid.
Okay.
And yep. So born and raised, and went to Trinity College. That was the school I attended, for my secondary education and stuff like that. And that's actually where I started to learn how to play pen
Oh,
at Trinity.
okay.
So
Okay.
so yeah, so started there, and then got the opportunity to play with some good bands. Some good bands. One
Hmm.
of them, Massey Trinidad All Star Steel Orchestra.
Yeah.
And then there was another band called Panas Players. So I was blessed to play with some amazing bands.
Hmm.
And then I decided to further my education in music, and then that's how I ended up in the U.S. I attended Berklee College of Music, so graduated, and I took it from there. So which led me to where I am now. So
Okay. I love it. The fact that
awesome.
you were born in Port of Spain, because my dad's from Laventille, so
Oh, nice. There we go. There we go. All right. All
I'll
right.
give you his
Yeah.
number so you guys can link up because he's in Trinidad right now. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I just you said you learned or you got into steel pan at the college.
Correct.
How did you find out about it? Did a friend drag you? Did you just hear music and you just followed you, or
So
how did that start?
yeah, what happened was my music professor,
Okay.
Dr. Dawn K. Batson, she's the one that actually got me into just everything music. Everything music. When I got to the school and had my first music class,
Hmm.
and it just took off from there. We just got into choir, we got into theater. You know, she started teaching me how to play the piano. I
Okay.
actually played keys before I actually played piano. She got me started on that,
Hmm.
and then I got into pan because an opportunity presented itself,
How
and
What was that opportunity?
she got this offer to put together a contingent to go to a children's theater in Lingen, Germany, and
Wow.
she so this group was put together, comprising of members from Trinity College, members from Woodbrook Secondary School, and Liam Teague. So,
Wow.
yep. So this group was put together,
Hmm.
and she came to me one afternoon after class and said, "Hey, I'm putting this group together. I'm going to go do some performances in Lingen, Germany. I would like you to be a part of it, but you would have to learn how to play the instrument." And I was like, "Say no more. Say no more."
Done. Done.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I was already into music, so it was just something else that I would get to do, and
Yeah.
of course, I definitely didn't turn it down, and yeah, it just took off. It just took off, and yeah, we
Yeah.
did. We did go to Germany. We did perform, did all the performances, and it was beautiful. It's great.
I can imagine. So, from what you remember, what was your experience in Germany playing pan? Was it more welcoming? Was people just like, "What is this instrument? I am so impressed." Like, do you remember what the reaction
Both.
was?
A
Both.
little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both. Yeah, a little bit of both. Because Linden's a small town, a little small
Yeah.
town in northern Germany. And they were, hey, what's this? But they loved it. They loved
That's good.
it.
That's cool.
Because we played a lot of things that they would recognize. You know,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
so that definitely helps. It definitely helps.
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, so that it was a beautiful experience. They were amazed at it, and they just loved the performances. They just loved seeing what we were doing.
Hmm.
So that's what I remember about it.
Wow. So you said you played the pan or played the piano before you played pan. Was that an
Hmm.
easy transition for you? As
It
playing?
was,
Yeah.
it
Okay.
was, it was, yeah, it was. I've been blessed to be able to to quickly pick up any
Hmm.
instrument that I've learned to play.
Okay.
So yeah, it really wasn't hard for me. It really
Yeah.
wasn't hard. I'll tell you this. So the first pan I played
Hmm.
was a guitar pan. That's the
Okay.
first one I played.
Right.
So I started playing the guitar pan, and it just came natural to me. And my colleagues were like, "Yo, if you want to play the pan like that, yeah, you need to play a frontline pan because you're just running up and down this pan, and it's like,
Wow.
yo, you need to play a frontline pan because
Right.
you're just like this is just too." And I was like, "Yeah, because I got it. Like, if this is what it entails, I got it." So it was like, "Yeah, play a frontline pan because the way that you're going on this guitar, yeah,
Yeah.
you need to play a frontline pan." I just uh picked up the tenor after that.
Okay. And
Picked
you
up the
stayed
tenor after
on
that.
tenor? You stayed on
Yeah,
the
picked
tenor?
up the
Yeah.
single, picked up the single. And here's a cool thing with the guys that I played with, who I am still brothers with to this day. Shout out to all my people from TCPE. You guys know what it is. Um, we would just switch naturally. That's all we did. Everyone. You know what I
Wow.
mean? That's what we did. Okay, cool. L- Let me learn it on that. Let me learn what you're doing. Let me get that too. Let me learn what you're doing. So basically, any song that came up that we could just switch if we wanted to.
Right. Right.
Literally, everybody,
Yeah.
from tenor to bass. Because that's all we did. Every time we took a break, okay, cool, before we started the next song, everybody just switched. That's all we did. So it was fun. It was really, really fun to be able
Yeah.
to, just play all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool.
Do you think as a panist it's important to be able to switch to different pans if needed?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially if, you're going to transition into teaching.
Mm.
Absolutely. You should be able to maneuver any one of those, especially if you plan on teaching somebody else. It comes in very, very handy. It's very useful.
Yeah.
And I think it's essential, especially if you're going to go teach somebody.
Yeah. I agree 100% because I had to learn pans because I'm now teaching people. So
Right.
I
Right.
definitely feel there's some people that don't think it's important because if you're playing lead, you can pretty much play anything, which
Yeah.
is not true.
Right. Right.
But yeah, you do have to be able to mold yourself into another bass player or a guitar
Hmm.
player or a double second. Yeah. So you said you went to Berkeley.
Yeah.
How was that experience? Why Berkeley?
1997, Panas Players, we were doing a show at the Boston Symphony Hall.
Okay.
Boston Symphony Hall, and we were the supporting act for the Mighty Sparrow the first year. The first year was such a success, we actually went back in 1998, and we were the headliner.
That's crazy.
And the late great Ken Professor Fillmore opened up for us. Amazing experience, both shows. Rest in peace, Pro. And shout out to the Mighty Sparrow. So the first year we opened up for Sparrow, and we spent a few days in Boston, actually. We got there days before the show. We spent a couple of days after the show. And so we spent some time in the city. Just getting around the city, and meeting a lot of different people and stuff like that in the city and stuff. So, for my North American people and for my people from up north, because I spent a lot of years in New England, Boston Symphony Hall is right down the street from the school.
Oh.
Right down the street from the school. So, so we're outside Symphony Hall, and we're just taking a walk down Massachusetts Avenue. So we call it Mass Ave, all my New England people. So walking down Mass Ave, I just saw, I saw some kids. They got guitars, they got bongos, and they right on the corner, and they just vibing, freestyling, just jamming. I'm like, what's this? What is this? This is, this is what they do on the street corner right here?
Right.
It's like, well, actually, that's the music school right there. I was like, music school? Okay, cool. Well, what's the name? Berkeley College of Music. Okay, cool. And, it's one of the more renowned, music institutions in the world. I was like, world? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I might want to be a part of that, because the vibe was awesome. Just watching them jam. And I just wanted to be a part of that. Natasha Joseph, top female pianist.
Yeah.
Also a member of Panas, my sister. We wanted to be a part of that. Right. So that's what sparked it. And then, while we were auditioning and, getting our tapes ready to submit to the school and stuff like that, Natasha told me that, hey, I got some friends of mine that's already there. I was like, yeah, who are they? She said, Sherwin and Sean Twix. I was like, okay, cool. Hey, that's what's up. I mean, hey, if we get there, we could get together and stuff like that. They play fan and stuff. She's like, yeah. So, once I found that out, that just made me wanted to, just kind of expedite the process of, applying to the school, So, that's why, I was so interested in going there, just the vibe when I saw it and finding out that, I had people there that they were playing the instrument and attending the school, So, yeah, I wanted to connect with them. And so I definitely, that's why I chose Berkeley.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of pan players that I've interviewed have all been to Berkeley. I feel like I'm talking to the alumni. Because everyone went to Berkeley and everyone's talking about each other. It's just like, I feel like I'm missing out. So seems like it was a good school to go to for sure. And something, especially for a panist, to be able to attend.
I'll tell you what. So our experience, I'll tell you our experience. The Twitch brothers, they can attest to this. This was also my experience there. Once we got there, we initially had to get on another instrument from the percussion family. Initially, when we got there, because at the time there wasn't a professor dedicated to pan. So we actually had to, because in attending Berkeley, you actually have to show a level of proficiency, with the professor, an established professor there. So because it wasn't a pan professor, we all chose, a different instrument from the percussion family. I chose vibraphone. So learned how to play the vibraphone, which
Right.
was obviously no problem being a keyboard player.
Right.
So, um, and my professor was Dave Samuels, from Spiral Gyra.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so amazing experience, learning from him, being a master at the vibes and marimba.
Hmm.
So, that's what we initially had to do. But we did get our opportunity to perform, to play, doing ensembles, with different professors. So we did actually play Pan while at Berkeley.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice. I see Sherwin just logged in. We were talking bad about you.
Shout
You
out
can
to
watch it later.
Sherman. What's up, bro? Shout out to my brother. My brother from another mother. What's up, man?
Yeah.
Shout out, Sherman. What's good?
It's it's a good conversation, Sherwin. um, so I also read that you arranged as well.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
how did
currently
that
do.
start? How did that start?
Um, at Trinity. At
Okay.
Trinity. So, learning to play the instrument and stuff like that. And as Dr. Batson, she was giving us our repertoire, and she was teaching us all these different songs, and so she would get her charts, and so we're learning all these different songs, all these different genres. We're learning a little bit of
Mhm.
everything, classical, pop, you name it, we did it. Even jazz at that time.
Right.
Little did I know I would really get into jazz. Like, really. I wasn't heavy into it at the time. I
Right.
played, there were a few jazz pieces that we learned,
Hmm.
but little did I know later on, a couple of years down the road, I would be playing with, quote unquote, a jazz ensemble.
Yeah.
So, so as she were teaching us and showing us, and I'm watching her maneuver, with her charts and stuff like that, and we're learning these different songs for the repertoire and stuff like that. You know, Again, it came easy to me. Not, sorry, not to pat myself on the back, guys, but it's
Do
just the truth, honest
it.
truth, guys.
Do it.
It just, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. So as we learned the repertoire, and me being able to just hear a song and okay, cool, let's go. I'm able to just play it after. After I just needed to hear it and I could play it. So that was easy for me just to just do the arrangement. So
Okay.
because I'm seeing what we're all doing. I'm seeing what we're all doing, and what we can do. And where I could take it, where I could take the song and stuff like that. So instantly there, we got the opportunity to actually arrange as well right there. She gave us
Okay.
that opportunity. So that's where it started. That's where it started.
That's good. So what is for those that are up and coming arrangers, what is your process when it comes to arranging?
So after I listen to the song, I make a choice. So my choice is how far do I want to stretch it, or do I want to stretch it at all?
Hmm.
Or do I just want to kind of stay close, to the original, to
Right.
ensure that my audience will be able to latch on to it, understand it. Both of those things are important
Yeah.
because one, you want the audience to connect to the song. You definitely want that.
Hmm.
And two, being a creative, you want to test yourself. You want to, and you want to challenge your audience as well.
Right.
To
Okay.
see, okay,
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
And did you see what I just did? Did you guys caught on to that? Did you,
Mhm.
stuff like that? So that's where I start.
Yeah.
How far do I want to take it? Do I want to take it that far?
Yeah.
Do I want to stay kind of close? You know, how much do I want to challenge my audience on this song? You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, those are the decisions I make first. And
Okay.
once I make those decisions, and then I just go into the process.
Okay. So do you work from the bass line down to the lead, or do you go from lead to bass, or does it just depend on the song that you're working on?
It all happens at the same time for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it all happens at the same time. Just hearing, because I'm hearing it in totality. You know,
Right.
I hear it in the totality. So it all comes at the same time. Um,
Interesting.
so basically, as I'm doing the melody, I can instantly just, okay, cool. This is what we're gonna do. This is
Hmm.
how I'm gonna do the harmony. I probably won't do it in thirds. You know what I mean? I may do it in sixths or whatever it is like that.
Right.
But yeah, it all kind of comes um, pretty much at the same time as I'm going.
Okay. I think you're the first person that said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember everyone that I spoke to, and I think you're the first person that said that. And that's quite interesting. That you hear everything all at once.
Yeah, all at once.
I wish I
All at
had that
once.
talent. Oh my goodness. So, let's let's get into your album.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
just get into that because
Okay.
we have new people joining us. Hello, welcome, good night, good evening, good morning. We're talking to the Sheldon Webster that has a debut album that if you haven't listened to yet, I suggest you do because I've listened to this album since it came out, top to bottom, left to right, middle, everywhere, just to understand the feel because it is. I can't even tell you what is my favorite song because I love them all. It
Thank you.
is. There's. Yeah. I don't even know where to begin.
Hmm.
Why Lloydie Son? We'll go there.
So started writing, um, started writing the album, and maybe like a song or two into the album, I felt that I had a I had a feeling that I was gonna take the direction of family,
Yes.
which is the underlying theme throughout the entire album,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that, I instantly thought of my father. Instantly, because he's the one that actually got me involved in music.
Okay.
Um, so I wanted to, do basically, a dedication,
To him. Yeah.
to him, family, and just my family and friends, all my loved ones in general.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what Mutanana means, guys. It's Hausa for my people. So, um, so yeah, and as I wrote more, that's where I felt, you know, um, the vibe and the energy, from the songs that I was writing for the album.
Yeah.
So yeah, a couple songs in, I was like, yeah, let me shout out my pops right quick. He would have loved to have heard this record, and
Mm-hmm.
instantly, shouting out my pops, Lloydie Son. So and this everything else just fell into place,
Yeah.
and I continued writing in that vein, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even there's like parts. I don't know if it's your kids that you have like a little.
Yeah,
I think I can't remember the beginning of the song, but it's like you and your kids just having a conversation.
yeah,
That was
yes,
that
yeah,
was
yeah. I
amazing. And
wanted to
there's
have fun with them.
yeah.
I wanted shout out to my brother Sean. What's up, bro?
Hello.
Bless, love you. You already know. Sean Thwaites, my brother. Um, I wanted to have some fun with him. I was like, let me bring him in. Let me bring him in the studio right quick and just have some fun
Yeah.
with him right quick on one of these songs. And I was like, okay, cool. I said, let's do this one. Let's do this one, and that's how we ended up with Double Tubes. And yeah, we just had a blast.
Yeah.
We had a
You
blast
can
on it.
tell.
Yeah,
You can tell.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was
We
like, I
had
want to be in the
yeah,
studio.
yeah, we had a blast on it. Press
Yeah.
record, and you know what I mean. And yeah.
Yeah.
Now we had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's one song that you have. I feel like you just went to a playground, just hit record, and just had the kids in the background playing
yeah.
and screaming.
Backroad. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
in,
What was
in
the mindset
Belmont,
of that? What was the mindset of that process? Like,
I was yeah, I was so I was just remembering, growing up in Belmont, which is a suburb of Port of Spain, people, and growing up in Belmont and just running around, just playing, with my brothers and just it was marbles, it was flying kites. It was whatever, and just
Yeah.
it just took me back there, and I was like, yeah, that song just gave me that vibe of when my brothers and I were young, and we was just having fun as kids, and I was like, you know what, yeah, let me just get that vibe, just gave me that vibe, and I just ran with it,
Yeah.
went with it. So yeah, that's how I came up with Valley Road. So yeah,
Yeah. I feel like with this album, you had fun with it.
yes,
You let loose and
yes,
just whatever happens, happens. I feel that's what happened with this album.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, my first record that I wrote actually
Hmm.
for the album was Hybrid. That was the
Really?
first one that I wrote. Yeah, Hybrid was the first one
Okay.
that I wrote. So this is how it came about. One of my closest friends as well, who is the manager of Trinidad All Star Steel Orchestra. His name is Nigel Williams. What's up,
Hmm.
bro? He came to me and said, "Bro, um, there's a project that I'm working on with All Stars, and I want you to be a part of it." I was like, "Yo, say less. I'm there. What you need?" He's like, "Yo,
Yeah.
you gonna get some crack shots, and they gonna go in the studio, record, do some songs and all that, so I need you to do that too." It's like, "Okay, cool, I got you." So um picked up my guitar and just started writing, and I came up with Hybrid, recorded it, sent it back, and he was like, "Wow." It's like, "That's all you?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like,
Hmm.
"Bass too?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, bro, I do it all now." So um, he's like, "Yo, it's incredible." And I was like, "You know what? If I can do that, why not do 10 more songs and let's just put something out?"
Yeah.
So that's what happened. So as I did Hybrid, and I got the response that I got from him, I was like, "You know what?
Hmm.
Yeah, let me do 10 more songs, and I'm gonna put a project together." And I just continued
Right.
to write, and that's how the album came about.
That, so are you playing like everything? Like the drums,
I did.
are you,
I did.
wow.
I did. Yeah, I played all the instruments on the album, or recorded the album. I mixed and I mastered the album as well.
Okay.
Well,
So some someone wants to make an album, they can hit you up is what I'm hearing.
yeah, what happened is, attending Berkeley, my bachelor's is in music production engineering.
Okay.
So, having that under my belt, it was easy for me to actually just do the entire project myself. And, once I learned the other instruments,
Mhm.
I was already a drummer, was already a keys player. So once I learned bass and guitar, that was it. So ended up, and I got me a set of congas and a djembe drum and all that. As you hear on the album, that's
Yeah.
all me. Um,
Wow. Okay.
so I just took the time out, to just record everything, and
Hmm.
ended up, the project came out, pretty good.
I'm gonna let you guys hear the album and tell me if it's pretty good. And then respond, yeah, just message him and just say this is more than pretty good because it you have like a jazz feel, you have a Spanish feel. You're like it's just a fun album. Like I can't tell you how much you're putting this in the Grammy nomination category, right? You're gonna put it in there. You're gonna
I am in the
okay,
process. Yep, I'm hoping.
okay,
I'm hoping that I get some good news from the Recording Academy.
yeah,
You know, in a couple months from now, around the summers, when they let everybody know their decisions and stuff like that. So I'm
okay,
hoping to get some good news from the Academy, and if I do get the nod, what I mean, to
mhm.
become a member. Of course, that's my intention. That's my intention of kind of submitting the album.
That's good.
So
That's good.
yeah, fingers crossed. We'll
I
see.
hope it
We'll see.
happens for you because I'm excited. We need more Pan albums because it's missing. It's needed. Definitely
Definitely,
needed.
definitely
Yeah.
needed. I'm
So
with you.
what was your thought process through the album? Were you just writing songs and just whatever you thought fit would fit? Like, what was your whole process of that?
So um I wanted to definitely show that I have, let's say, a range, you know.
Hmm.
I definitely wanted to show that
Okay.
I have a range. So that's why, you got your little jazz, you got your little R&B, you got your reggaeton, you got your
Yeah.
funk, and of course you got your calypso, you
Yeah.
know. And obviously there's a surprise at the end of the album. For all the listeners that haven't heard the album yet, we won't say what that is. But the last song of the album, a little surprise, so yeah, I definitely wanted to show that,
Yeah.
that we can touch these different genres, with pan
Hmm.
and fit in, you
Yeah.
know, easily. And I wanted to show that. That's why I made sure that I would try to touch, these different ones. I think the only one that I didn't touch for this record,
Hmm.
probably on another record, would probably be reggae. But the
Yeah.
reason why that was intentional, because you know what, they've had, so many opportunities. I was like, you know what, let me make sure that calypso, our,
Then,
genre, you know what I
yeah.
mean, gets, some spotlight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No knock. Because anybody that knows me knows I listen to a lot of it. A lot of Reiki. Big Sizzler fan. You name it. Vibes, Busy Signal, you name it. You know what I mean? Love
Yeah.
the genre. No knock there. But I just wanted to put a spotlight, make sure that Calypso its spotlight and stuff like that. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. I'm not gonna do reggae um on this record.
Hmm.
So I left that genre out intentionally.
Okay.
But I made sure that I touched on the calypso and I touched on these other ones to still show that, okay, cool. You can put pan as a delete instrument, and we can do the reggaeton. We can do the funk.
Hmm.
We can do the R&B. So yeah. So that was my thought process. Let's kind of put that, a little stretch a little bit. Put that range there. We show that we can do these different things. And fit
Yeah.
in.
What was your idea of the set list, of your song set list? Did you make some moves, or was it like, no, this is it. I'm not changing it.
Love
Yeah.
the question. Beautiful question. Yeah, nah. My sequence was definitely different at first.
Okay.
Yeah, probably about 7, 8 songs in, like I initially had the title track. Probably like in the middle, I was like, okay, cool. Let me do, some more mellow material at first, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the dedication. Shout out to my brother Duvon.
Hello, Devon.
Bless. What's up, bro? Bless. So I was like, I'm gonna get some more mellow songs in, and then in the middle of the album, I'm gonna do the dedication to my dad. Boom. And then
Right.
I'm gonna do some other songs, kind of pick it up a little bit, and you know what I mean, and stuff like that. Completely changed. Once I wrote some other stuff,
Mm.
I was like, yeah, I need to change this sequence like immediately.
Right.
So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna start off with the tribute to my dad. Let me start off with that song right there.
Feels
And
right there.
yeah,
Feels.
yeah, I decided, you know what? That's the song. That's the song to start with.
Hmm.
Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you, bro. Love you. That's the song to start with. And I was like, you know what? Without my mom knowing, I'm gonna have my mom do
Mm.
the intro. And we're gonna
What?
go right into Lloydie Son. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
one of my random phone calls with my mom. Hey, mom, how you doing? You know,
Yeah.
hey, son, and without her knowing,
Wow.
you know,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm gonna have her do the intro. So,
Wow.
mom, hey, tell the story right quick.
Yeah.
Tell that story, and she tells the story, and it just fit perfectly.
Yeah.
To go into the title track after the intro. So once I did that, everything else just fell into place
Okay.
of what I wanted to do with the sequence, and I got the sequence right.
Yeah.
Right after that, once I got the intro and the title track in, and I love the sequence because how it turned out, I love it. It's I got it right.
works. It
Yeah,
works. No, it
so
works. Yeah.
I was like, yep, let me do the dedication to my dad early, right around the middle of the album. Let me do the dedication to my firstborn daughter.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Everybody that knows me, my firstborn, she passed away 3 days before my second daughter, Bella. So that's who that is.
Okay.
Okay. So I did. So right around the middle, I'm gonna do the dedication, to Bella, and then I'm gonna, get it a little bit more, more. Okay, cool. Oh, that was touching. Wow.
Yeah.
For anyone that felt that, I'm like, oh no, okay, cool. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. I'm gonna bring the energy up a little bit. And
Yeah.
hey, I had more kids after Bella, and you know that's where Dario DJ comes in.
Got you.
And did that one. Yep.
Yeah.
So later on, I brought them in, and right after that, the dedication to everybody, Mutanena, my people, So yeah, yep. So I was like, yep, I love this sequence right here. This is the right sequence for the album.
That's good.
So yeah. That's
good. We have a question from Duvan. He wants to know when are they seeing you in Trinidad again?
Oh, February. This February.
Okay.
Yeah, this February. Yeah. So bro, yeah, I'm gonna be down there in February because I gotta come do some work with the band. So I'm gonna be working with Smooth. So I'm actually gonna be. So I'll be there and I'll be in the yard. So
nice.
Just come through, bro. You know what it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna walk up the street. You know what I'm saying? And see you. You already know.
Sure.
So, but yeah, I'll be there in February.
Okay. Now everyone knows. Now your phone's gonna be flooded with. Are you in Trinidad yet? Where are you at?
I get asked that all the time. So I will be in there in February. Yep, Mr. Leon Smooth Edwards and I, when we have some work to do. So I will be working with him.
Nice. Just going back to your album, you said you had dedications in there. Your mom didn't know that she was going to be in the intro. Did she yell at you after the fact, or was she cool with it?
She loved it.
Okay.
She put the album on, and she hears the djembe, then she hears the voice. She's like, whoa, oh, you were recording me. Oh, where did you go?
Oh my goodness.
I was like, Mom, we talk all the time. It was easy for me to do it, you know? But she loved it. She loved it.
That's good.
She loved it. Yeah. I was like, I want to do a surprise.
So she'll be a very popular person when everyone gets to listen to the album, they'll want her autograph. Tell her to be prepared. Tell her to be prepared.
Oh man, yeah. Nah, she loved it. Yeah.
That's good.
She enjoyed it.
That's good. And your kids enjoyed the whole album. They enjoyed being part of it. Yeah.
It's so interesting, everyone's taste. My son's favorite song is not even on the album. So it's on one of the singles. Yeah,
okay.
he loves the Yard remix from Mutanena. That's my son's favorite song. So yeah. It shocked me. I was like, that's of all the songs, that's the one. He's like, man, that's the one. I'm like, okay, cool, all right, cool. My daughter loves High Bridge. She loves High Bridge. Okay. She loves High Bridge. Yeah. So it's so interesting, because everybody, they, obviously they're gonna have a favorite. They're gonna gravitate towards, whichever song, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah. My son is not even on the album. That's his one. That's his favorite one.
What's your favorite song? Do you have a favorite?
And
That's a question, I know.
Beautiful question, man. Beautiful question. Wow, you come with the good ones.
Sorry.
Yeah, I love it. I haven't decided.
No? I haven't. Okay. We'll come back around to it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I gravitate towards double twos, and I'll tell you why.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I gravitate towards it, more than some other songs on the record because, obviously having fun with my kids,
Hmm.
in the studio, I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And then, I just wanted to kind of send a message as well, and I've been hearing that, oh yeah, 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 the tenor player.
Right.
Um, in All Stars, I played double tenor. In Panaz, I played the tenor, the double seconds, and the bass, and recorded. And
Okay.
all of the instruments, I couldn't
You
definitely
can play.
handle.
Yeah.
So the tenor player, I was kind of like, just me. Sorry, guys, I was just kind of like the tenor player.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's do this. Double
Yeah.
tubes.
Uh,
So yeah,
yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
yeah,
It's one of my favorites. Yeah. We have a question from Sean. Do you have plans on performing the album live?
yeah. Eventually, definitely, we want to do that. Definitely, man. At some point,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah. So I got to head to Trinity. I mean, get some new drums, and yeah, we definitely gonna make that happen. That
All
definitely the
right.
intention at some point.
When that happens, let me know, and
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
I'll
yeah.
post it if I'm available. I will try and come down.
Ah, hey, yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be sitting front row, man. Yeah, you're gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure of that.
We don't have to do that.
Ah, oh, you on the side of the stage, vibe. I got you. No problem. I'm with you. I'm on the
Okay.
side of the stage. Matter of fact, you're gonna come on and play one too. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have you play. So we're gonna do all of that. Yeah, let's let's get it. So, bro,
Duvon wants to know where they can get a copy of your album.
man, beautiful question, bro. So as of right now, it's all digital. All digital. So if anybody has access, to any of the major platforms, that's where it is. You can find it at any one of them. Physical copies, I'm looking at it as a supply demand issue. So if there's
Okay.
enough of a demand, I will supply. No doubt
Okay.
about it. But for right now, yeah, we're looking at digital and streaming platforms.
Okay. Have you thought about doing like a old school record?
Yeah,
Have you thought about
yeah,
doing
vinyl.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I mean,
I
you have to.
would. As a matter of
You
fact,
have
I would press up
to.
vinyl,
You should.
definitely, because
You should.
that's
Do like a
all I.
limited series.
Oh,
Do like 15 and just put it out there.
I'm with you. I'm with you all
Okay.
day.
Okay.
And that would bring me right back to my father because that's how I got into music. As my
Yeah.
mom tells the story for those who've heard the intro on the album. I was about 2.5. And my dad, he had two turntables. He
Mhm.
had the mixer in between. And it was all vinyl,
Yeah.
obviously. Being a '70s baby, and so I'm looking at my dad. He's putting the records on, and what I mean, and boom, and he's doing that. He's putting his records on and stuff like that. And then
Mhm.
he would get his drink. You know what I mean? Thing. He's cool, having a good time, and that's what we did on Saturdays. That was our routine every Saturday. He would play music
Mm,
every Saturday. That's what he
mm,
did.
yeah.
So I'm about 2.5, and I'm watching him do it. And then, there was a chair. So, obviously being that young, there was a little chair where I could hop on the chair and I could get closer to the turntables. So,
Yeah.
when he looked at me and said, yo, you want to try it? Want to try it? I said, yeah, yeah. And boom, grab me a record, put it
And
on,
some
boom,
history.
put another record on, boom.
Mm,
And once he saw me do that, he stopped. That was it. That was
mhm.
it. Oh, this is you. You got it, son.
Yeah.
Where my drink at? You got it.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. And so my mom, boy, why he so high up there? No, he leave him. He good. He got it. He got it. He good. And so my mom was like, all right. And she just did her thing, and yeah, it never stopped. And um, he had everything. He had everything. He had the masters. Kitchener's, the Sparrows,
Wow.
you name it. He had top 40 records. He had country records. I grew up listening to Jim Reeves and all these guys. You know, he
Amazing.
had soul music, obviously, definitely
Yeah.
had that. You know, your Marvin Gaye's, your Stevie's, all of that.
The
You know,
must
he's just, I
haves. Yeah.
definitely had, obviously, your Bob, Culture,
Hmm.
Spear, you know what I mean? He just had masters.
Yeah.
And, you know, listen to all these different styles. Um, and I just became the DJ from that point on. That's, you know what I mean, every Saturday. I'm grabbing the
Hmm.
records, and you know, he would go to Reiner's, you know, for all my trainees, you know, that grew up and know who Reiner's record store is. You know, he would go to Reiner's or he would go to Crosby's. You know what I mean? He'd grab the vinyl, he'd come home. So once he comes home, you know what I mean, he got his little stack. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So I run up, you know, and I say, Daddy, what you got? Hey, new kitchen up, new kitchen up. Thing, new Spiral, new Duke. You know what I mean? Thing,
Wow.
thing. So I get the records and all that. Boom. All right, cool. Now I'm gonna put it on. You know what I mean? And I'm going
Hmm.
back and forth between them. Yeah, boom. You know, I get get the tempo right and all that. Get the vibe right. You know, I knew which ones to put on that I could get them excited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just came to me.
Natural.
You know, yeah, it just came to
Wow.
me, like, you know, and yeah, I was like, cool. Yeah, and just went back and forth and it just never stopped. But yeah, so I would definitely do, man, a nice little, like you said, man, limited edition vinyl. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
All
You
for
said
that.
just do a few. Just do a few and see what the vibe is like. And then if that's the
Yeah,
case, then do more. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
So Duvon has a comment/question. You've been silent for some years with your creative ideas, knowing how gifted you are with your blessings. How do you see, in your humble opinion, is missing with the steel pan musicians globally?
Um, Unity, one.
Okay.
Um, yeah. I think more of us need to, kind of get together and collaborate. I would definitely love to see more of that.
Mm-hmm. I
Um,
agree.
I think a goal um, for us, as panists, will be to come together, and put out a project together. You know what I mean? That we can reach all corners of the globe with. You know what I mean? Embrace all the different sounds,
Yeah.
and then just come together, and do a project. So yeah, I would definitely love to see more unity. Uh, I also think that I think that just that focus on you know the culture, which is great. And when I say culture, I'm
Mm-hmm.
speaking of what we do at Carnival. You know what I
Right.
mean? We panorama, which is beautiful. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
But what else can we do?
Do something outside of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we definitely can. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So the same, the same, thought that I'm giving to, um, getting this project considered,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? For the Grammys and stuff like that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I would love to see, a big project, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
With a bunch of us together, that, something that we could definitely, submit
Yeah.
to the Academy and kind of put us, on a different platform, because we need a bigger platform. And to me, I love Panorama, but I think there's another platform that we can
Yeah.
access. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a big platform. You know what I mean? Love
Mm-hmm.
the platform. But there should be another platform that we could access. We need to start as patterns looking at, okay, cool. Let's see if we can get a category in here. Let's see if we can get our music in here. Let's see if we can get Calypso and Soca in here. Reggae got in.
Yeah.
Why can't Calypso and Soca?
I
I mean,
agree.
we have we have the artists. We've always had them. We've always had the artists, you know, so why not push for that? You know, so you know, I'm proud to say that, you know, we got people that are definitely on board, you know, and are working behind the scenes to make things like this happen, you know. So, but there's another platform for the instrument that I would like us, you know, us musicians, you know, to try to access, to try to reach to. You know what I mean? There's way more things that we can do.
Yeah, I agree 100%. There's a question here from Super Jab. Don't know if we covered this already. Curious about your creative process from the inspiration to the conception. Sorry, I just want to get the whole question. Conception and being the content in the final cut as a true representation of yourself.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love it. So my thought process, usually it's kind of it goes haywire. I'll be honest with you guys. It really goes haywire because I'm writing the record, and you know I get you know, I get an idea down. I would do the sketch, and you know, I put that sketch down. I'm already thinking of another song, so then I would drop it, and then I start to sketch another song out. And as I'm doing that, another song comes. You know, so I never did an entire song all the way through on this album, and then started writing another song. The only song. Yeah, the only song that happened was Hybrid, where, you know, I was asked to be a part of the project. My bro asked me to be a part of a project, and I wrote Hybrid. That was the only song on the album that I actually did from start to finish. And then, you know, I mean, I punched myself and said, hey, let's do 10 more songs. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know, just let's do this. And, you know, and as I started to write, I do a sketch, and then so definitely the final product is actually what I wanted it to be when with the final product. But yeah, I definitely didn't write only one song on the album, which was that first Hybrid song that I wrote all the way through. I would just sketch something that come up, sketch something else come up, sketch something else come up. So and then, you know, as I'm sketching, I'll share this as well. Probably about 95% of the record, the melody was the last thing that I wrote.
Really?
95% of the record, the melody was the last thing that I wrote. So yeah, there were songs on the album. I just started to do the arrangement. I heard the arrangement.
Yeah.
First. You know what I mean? Okay, these are the chords. These are the chords. You know, and you know, as I'm getting the chords, I'm getting the arrangement at the same time. You know what I mean? If I wanted to drop, if I wanted to, you know, feature a particular instrument like Lloydie Son and stuff like that, that's all coming at the same time. All coming at the same time. So the melody was the last thing. Very, very last thing. And that happened for like 95% of the record. 95%. Melody was the last thing that I did. So I would sketch, and then once I you know, I came up, you know, with a solid body for the tone. Okay, cool. All right, ready for the melody. But here's the thing, though. It's not taking me, you know, I mean, forever to come up with the melody. You know, it's like as you know, as I'm sketching the song and as I'm putting it together, I already have an idea of where I want to take the melody. I already have an idea. So once I get it together, you know, maybe a note or two may change, but I already have it in my head. You know what I mean, where I wanted to take the melody. You know, so that was it. But what I ended up with, definitely is, you know, what I envisioned, you know, once I started sketching the song out. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Devon has a question, I believe. Eliminate all the steel pan musicians that exist today. Who inspired you to be the person you are today with your creativity in music?
Beautiful question. You know, I looked at, one of my colleagues in high school, his name was Corey, and man, he was just brilliant. Just a brilliant player, man, and I would just, marvel, at what he did, and I was like, man, you know what? I got you though. I got you. I got you. And
Yeah.
so yeah, so we would challenge each other and stuff like that. Um, in our world, I would say, man, there's a couple different people that I would look at. In terms of arranging, I would look at Bradley. I would look at Smooth. I would look at Chip.
Okay.
Um, as the guys that I was like, okay, I'm definitely listening and I'm hearing what they're doing. You know what I mean, and definitely being a student, I'm checking out what they're doing. Bugsy, definitely, so I'm looking at these guys, but even more so, I was looking at Bradley in terms of studio production. I'm looking at Pelham Goddard in terms of studio production, and and I'm looking at Leston Paul and my number one, Art Dakota, number one for me, studio production.
Yeah.
So I'm studying these guys, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm seeing where this is going, and how they approach the arrangement,
Right.
with the horns and all of that. So I'm okay. I see it. I see it. And how I approach, that guitar actually, on the pan. Okay, I see that. And so I'm really looking at. I really actually looked at more of these guys more so, than your Smooths and your
Right.
Booksies and bits and stuff like that. I was really checking out Art Dakota. Art Dakota was a guy
Right.
I really checking out. And then obviously, once Leston was doing his thing, I was
Yeah.
like, wow. So yeah, so Bradley, Pelham, Leston Paul, Art Dakota. These are my guys. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Shout out to
Yeah.
shout out to Kenny Phillips. Shout out to Earl Rodney. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Frankie McIntosh. Shout out to Frankie McIntosh. You know what I mean? I loved all of these guys and everything that
Yeah.
they did. You know what I mean? But if I had to put a Mount Rushmore,
Right.
those four
Those, those are your
were
people.
the guys I was looking at. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah.
There is a comment from Sherwin. I'm gonna try and act all proud of you, bro. I know your journey and proud to see you flourish. Saga boy, stand up.
Saga Boys for life. You already know what it is. Original Saga Boy. You already know what it is.
I
Yeah.
tried. I
Twins
tried. I don't know
Brothers
if I
Webster.
did it justice. I don't know if I did it justice, but I tried.
Man, we hung out all the time. We're very, very close to this day. We're all in different parts of the U.S. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're still connected. But yeah, while at college, man, I mean, we were always together, always together. You know what I mean? Whether we were just hanging out or whether we were just performing. We did a lot together. We even started producing together. You know what I mean? Came up with our little production team called the Saga Boys. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's what that is. So
So
yeah, love, bro. You already know Saga Boys for life.
so since I have you here and Sherwin and Sean are here, who is the trouble one? Who is pay pranks?
Um. Okay.
Was that
All
you?
right. So man.
Just a side chat. Just a
See,
quick side chat.
I'll tell you what. We were definitely like the Three Musketeers. Definitely like the Three Musketeers. But man, Sean and I, Sean and I, yeah, we were like Starsky and Hutch. Yeah, if we had the car,
Uh-huh.
like Starsky and Hutch, yeah, we would have been all over the city. And yeah, we would have been all over the city. All we needed was the car. If we had
Wow.
that car, oh yeah, we had that car. But yeah, we oh man. But yeah, yeah, Sherman was more like, yo, what y'all doing? We ain't doing nothing. No, we talking about. We good. But but yeah. Sean and I, we were like stars, King Hutch. All three of us got together. We chilling. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's
Chilling.
really, we kind of like, okay, cool. All right, yeah, this is what we're doing. Cool. You know what I mean? We gotta
Mm-hmm.
represent.
Right.
You know what I mean? Cool.
Right.
Sean and I, yo, where the party at? You know what I mean? We going up here, party. You know what I'm saying? After class, you party. You know. So yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. Before we end, because we've been on for over an hour, it's been an amazing conversation. You mentioned earlier that you're planning on doing another album.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is it
Oh yeah. So
is it gonna be all reggae based? Is it gonna be a mixture? What is your plan for
yeah,
that one?
beautiful man question. So I had some songs that I just had in the vault.
Right.
I just they were in the vault. And I'm thinking of putting that out as an EP.
Okay.
And then do the second album.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so that's where I am with those right now. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let me get them songs.
Yeah.
Put them songs out because those songs are good songs, and let me so that's what I'm thinking about right now. That may change.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
But I might just do that EP first and then do the second album. Now, my thought process for the second album. The second album, I may probably focus more on like more like hardcore jazz. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
And do some of that, and not have because this one I wanted to just kind of like give a nice big presentation.
Like a blanket. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We're gonna do a little bit of everything on this record right here. But I think once I get into the second album, I probably focus a little bit more on jazz. And what I love about what I could do is that because I've been asked to do an all reggae album.
Okay.
So so that is also in the pipeline. As well as probably doing a soca album.
Okay.
So
I'm hearing like 5 albums already.
Yeah, I can pretty much see where I'm headed.
Yeah.
I mean, with the next project. But I might probably do the EP first of those songs in the vault that I had, and then probably because I definitely want to kind of like kind of honor the whole jazz roots, with coming from Panaz and that experience, which was a beautiful experience. Shout out to my Panaz family: Natasha Joseph, Dane Galston, Nigel Williams, Barry Bartholomew, the whole Panaz fam. So I definitely want to kind of like do like a tribute, along that vein. And the cool thing about it is, I can do all pan track. Shout out to Mr. Norrell for that plug-in. Anybody that get in touch with him, let him know. I would love to get in touch with him and have a conversation with him. Shout out to Andy Norrell. I mean, beautiful plug-in, man. It's on the album. So I think I can do all pan tracks, and obviously I can do the different instrument tracks, play the bass and the keys and all that, and the drums and all that stuff like that, So, and I would say I would incorporate, both of those on the record.
Yeah.
So there's so many different things that can be done, and they're gonna get done. They're gonna get done. So.
Okay. All right. When it comes to music, do you go more to jazz? I know you mentioned reggae, but just when you're arranging or doing something for yourself, what kind of genre do you more lean towards?
Latin.
Latin?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Latin. Yeah, Hector Lavoe, anybody from Fania. You know, I listen to that heavy, heavy, heavy,
Okay.
heavy, 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 heavy.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
so um, that's kind of like where but I'm all over, listening to, what I mean. So
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
I'm
I get
checking
it.
out Fania, I'm checking out Jazz Messengers, what I mean. I'm checking out the new Nas album that came out, you know,
It's a great album.
anything from Griselda,
Yeah.
what I mean. I'm all over the place, because I
Okay.
love a little bit of everything. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so
Okay. Before we
yeah.
close this out, tell everyone that your album came out, the name, where they can listen to it, that they need to listen to it 10 times because it's amazing before we cut it out here.
Hey, so all things Pan family. Hey, this is Sheldon, Systamatic Webster. Just want to let you guys know that my debut album actually came out a few days ago, April 28th. It's called Lloydie Son. It's available on all major streaming platforms. Wherever you listen to your music, it's there. So feel free to stream the album and check it out. And I hope you enjoy it. Bless.
Yes. And it's even on YouTube for those that don't have any streaming
Yeah.
sites. So,
Oh, yep.
yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Make sure you
Definitely.
subscribe to his page as well. See, I'm
Yep,
trying.
Systematic. Yep, Systematic. No, two A's, no E's. Systematic.
There you go. So I like to throw this question out to all my friends.
Yeah,
We're now friends. We're now friends.
definitely.
What is your what is one thing that no one knows about you? Like a fun fact that no one knows about you. But keep it
Um,
PG because this is going online.
absolutely,
I
absolutely,
don't want to be. I don't want to
absolutely,
be flagged. I don't want to be flagged.
absolutely. Yeah, I watched a lot of telenovelas. That's an easy one. It's an easy one. I watch a lot of telenovelas. A lot, a lot. You
And you
name it.
still do?
You know what I mean? A Colombian. My preference, but
Yeah.
if it's made in Mexico, beautiful too. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the actors, they're from Mexico, they're from Colombia, some are from
Yeah.
Venezuela. The Spanish actors that they have on the projects as well as that. So anything in Telemundo, Caracol, you name it, I'm watching it. So yeah,
Okay.
I watch a lot of telenovelas. You know what I mean? And loving the different languages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm turning the caption off, and I'm with him. I'm right there with him. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So yeah, I watch a lot of telenovelas. And like foreign language shows. I watch more foreign language shows than English language shows. Way more. I watch a lot of foreign language shows. You name it, I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
my Netflix is going crazy because you're saying anything from Mexico, anything from Colombia, anything from France, anything from Belgium, anything from Spain, anything from South Korea, anything from
Wow.
India. Yeah,
Okay.
I watch all of it. I watch all of it. Yeah, more than English. More than English.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
So can you speak Spanish?
Yeah,
Can you speak it?
un poquito, un poquito,
Okay.
un
Okay.
poquito.
Okay.
Yeah, ya sabe. Yeah. So,
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks again for joining us. It was fun.
Thanks for having me, Daniel.
Of course. One more time for the people that just joined in because they need to know that they need to listen to this album 20 times.
Oh man, yeah, definitely. And my brother show in Club Hallway, you already know. So hey guys, all things Pan, my family. My name is Sheldon, Systematic Webster, panist, musician, arranger, producer, DJ. Just released my debut album. It's called Lloydie Son. It's available on all major streaming platforms. And check it out, and I hope you enjoy it.
Please, please enjoy it because it's amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks again
Thank you.
for being on the show. It was a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Thanks for
We're
having me,
gonna we're
Daniel.
gonna make some plans because I want to see the whole Sega Boys crew in action.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah,
Oh
getting
my
the
god.
band back together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It needs to happen. That needs to happen.
definitely.
All right. Thank you for everyone to tuning in. We're gonna be back next week, season 7. It's been amazing. Love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.
Bye now.